Hey, what's up? I'm trying something different to go into this next section of my audio/visual book documentation. My intuition has been telling me to meditate and to pull information from my inner self in order to discuss the next topic about the Mandela effect, NPCs, and parallel realities. I came into this world having full awareness, but my memories were all scattered and jumbled up.
I've learned over time that existing here is truly like a live-action video game that has multiple storylines that are all processing and running at the same time. These storylines have the ability to cross into other storylines and form psychological characteristics to be formed. This adds to the illusion that we are really existing in a world that we have no control. I actually have to correct myself on that last line. I can no longer reference the words we or us when describing my experience. We are all not the same, and therefore I can only explain from my viewpoint and from my own personal experience.
Sorry, I had to replace the AI voice because I ran out of application credits, but anyway, back to the subject at hand. I've been looking at the Mandela effect from the wrong lens. I have to look at what is not being talked about. When people first noticed that Nelson Mandela was still alive, the world didn't stop. It was not reported on the news. There were no family members that came forth and said, "I remember him passing away in prison and now he is alive." None of these things happened. It was only presented as people experiencing some type of group psychological event that can be explained by words from psychology book. So I looked at what is not being presented. All the celebrities that are now magically alive again. The astronauts I saw get blown up in the 4th grade are all still alive now. I watched the Kennedy assassination so many times on a VHS called The Faces of Death that I know it was only 4 people in a car and it was not a stretched car with 6 people. So many things have been rewritten that there is no one coming forth with evidence of someone being deceased and then now they are back alive living a regular life without skipping a beat. This brings me to look at NPCs and people population. From what I have researched, it seems everyone in this dimension called Earth is not an actual existing person. There are and has always been artificial intelligent life here. All of the history and timelines that I have been indoctrinated to believe are really just AI stories and AI art created in order to make storylines to create time and experience in this dimension.
As a kid when I was in elementary school, I never believed the history stories because there were so many holes in every story. We were told the Indians were killed by putting smallpox into blankets. So how did Europeans that were seeking a better life somehow? How have advanced technology, and labs, and research to eliminate a nation of people? That means the technology that was used has always been advanced. And we are simply being told half-truths so that we don't ask the right questions. They simply tell us storylines so we do not ask any questions. But it's obvious some form of NPCs, AI, and or clones exist keeping this reality in existence. By using my natural abilities, I was able to decode certain aspects of this dimension. For starters, I know that I can't exist outside of this body. Therefore, only the physical body can denote your true self. With all my experiments and research I've done astral projecting, I know there is a realm or layer that we can see, which is the physical world. Some call it a dream state, some call it the upside down, and some call it the in-between, but it is a layer that shows you that there are far less beings here than you think. As I wake up every day and look up at the sky, I ask, what's the purpose of putting up these line trails in the sky to block out the sun? What is it they don't want us to see? Why is the weather being altered? But no one ever takes action to stop participating in this false reality.